Oh, good evening, and welcome once again to a lovely Thursday night of racing here in the Broadcasting Lounge, bringing to you the Manon Racing Products GTE final. This is Doug, and I'm joined in the lounge tonight by Shane White. How are we doing, Shane?
Yeah, good, thanks, Dougie. Excited to be at Monza and putting these high-powered GTEs around here to see what they can really do down these long straights.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome one. It's certainly been a long time since we've been to Monza. I think the last time we were here at Monza, we featured the alternate layout with the oval attached to it, but just the traditional track here tonight. 5.75 kilometres of cool racing. Yep, a lovely 21 degrees outside with 35% humidity. A little bit cloudy, a little bit overcast, so the cars should be able to keep nice and cool while they go and get into their heat racing tonight.
Yeah, that's right. And as you quite rightly say, heat racing. So a couple of races to come up. We're about to launch into a 15-minute first heat, and then we will go into a 25-minute feature, at which point we're going to flip the top 10 around from the finishing order from race 1, and that's going to be the grid for race 2.
Very good. And we've got across the on the side there. Actually, I'll try this one here. See if this works for us. There we go. A bit of gridding action on where the guys finished in their qualifying. So Stephen McCartan on top, just ahead of Matthew Gerard. Nick Accordia, Lee Swinney take out third and fourth. Back in fifth and sixth we have Blake Greenhall and Aaron Goodrick. Steve Darren, nice time for him, coming in seventh, just ahead of his teammate Sean McNamara there, who finished eighth. Sean's got his eyes on Blake tonight, so we'll see how he gets on with that one. And moving a bit further down the grid, we've got there in 9th and 10th, Wayne Hartnell, Jono Gibson, Kristen Jenkins and Louis Robinson will take out 11 and 12th. We've got Dan Turner and Tinnis Venter, should I say, in 13th, 14th spot there. And taking out the last few spots on the grid, we have Thomas McCall and Jonathan Turner. Dion DeGraaf there and Shane White, obviously not part of the race, but we've got the cars getting ready to start making their way around for the start. So let's have a look and see how they're getting on.
Yeah, so it looks like Tinnis Venter and Jono Gibson have missed the grid, so they may be looking to start from pit lane.
Okay. And interesting car choice tonight there for Stephen McCartan. He's opted for the Ford GT. There was a lot of remarks by the boys earlier giving poor Jono Gibson a bit of flack, saying that the Ford GT is one of the worst cars that can be possibly picked to run in for the GTE class. And Stefan, ever fast, managed to put it on pole. About 0.09 of a second ahead of Matt Gerard there on the timing. So should be a nice, good race between these guys as they come around the last few corners, getting ready to for the safety truck to get out of their way and for racing to start.
Yeah, they're coming down to the start line now, and we are just about ready to go, and they're underway. Stefan's got the jump. The advantage of being on pole and a rolling start is you get to choose when you go, and he's jumped out ahead of Matthew Gerard. Slots in line, a little bit of moving in behind. They all filter through turns 1 and 2, and oh, I was just about to say they all kept it clean, but Blake Greenhall's just gone around. Looked like he caught some contact on the exit of turn 2 and just went around there.
But back underway, so not too far away from the last car there, so he will probably be able to recap and get back into the racing. Bit of corner curb hopping there.
Oh, Oh, 3 jigsaw cars all going off. Looked like it was Louis, Sean and Steve all went off.
Yep. That's a there's a fair few BMWs in there tonight. We've packed out the grid from 6th through till 13th there, and BMWs. Might have to look at just running a BMW series with the way we're going at this point.
Yeah, it looks like we've got the 3 jigsaw BMWs fighting the three Team West BMWs. So there's a lot of similar liveries on all those BMWs in that group as well. In fact, I think there's 4 Team West BMWs in the mix of that group.
And a good bit of racing being had by everyone there. But having a look up the front, Stefan just leading over Nico Cordia and Matt Gerard, who've been battling it out. Nico missing his braking point by a great margin, getting through the S's there. He'll pick up a slowdown penalty, so he'll probably end up dropping back in behind Leith Swinney, but we will have a...
We've got Dan Turner has looped at turn 1, and Sean McNamara, not sure whether that's a separate incident or related, but he's ended up in the gravel at turn 2.
Yeah, there was one after the other, so we'll be able to see that in a second. So there's the boys there, and Sean McNamara had actually just lost the rears and gone off towards the the outside part of turn 1. Very nearly got himself beached on the inside corner curbs here. So luckily they managed to get back underway. And yes, I was correct there. Nico with that slowdown lost out his position to Leith Swinney. So now new person for third spot, and he'll have his eyes well and truly peeled, looking forward to try and catch up to Matt Gerard, a couple of seconds ahead of him. But we'll have a look on board and see how Leith attacks a lap.
Yes, so heading down the straight here at Monza, getting up to 6th gear, and then hard on the brakes, down through the gears, back down to 1st, chuck it over the curbs at 1 and 2, get the power down as soon as you can, and power out of there. Traction control helps you get that power down cleanly, and then pulling gears, flat out through Curva Grande here, up to 5th gear, bring it over to the right to open up the left-right chicane. Go down to 1st gear again for this one. And then up the gears, up to 3rd, hold it in 3rd, actually back to 2nd for the first of the Lesmos, and then through the second one. Actually, I always get confused between the Lesmos and the Degnas. One's here, one's at Suzuka, and I can never remember which way around it is.
No, you got the 1 and 2 Lesmos here.
There we go. I did get it right.
Don't doubt yourself.
And back to 2nd for the Ascari chicane. Look it through there, grabbing 3rd gear on the way out. Pulling gears down the back straight. And then into what is a very impressive corner at the Parabolica. Back to 2nd gear for Leith in the Ferrari, and then short shifting to 3rd on the way out. Use plenty of that curb and AstroTurf on the left hand side to open up the corner, and then flow out onto the straight.
There you go, a nice bit of tidy running going on there for Leith. A nice conservative lap. Wasn't able to make any gains on Matt Gerard ahead of him, and he lost a little bit of ground to Nico behind him. So keep an eye on that one as we move forward. But we've got some good battles taking place throughout the field. Aaron Goodrick and Steve Darren doing their thing, and just in behind is Rod Jenkins.
Yeah, these guys are having a good little battle.
Oh,
Oh,
big hop over the curb there from Aaron Goodrick. Surprised he didn't leave his diffuser behind on the ground after that one.
yeah, there's certainly some big curbs around here that you have to try and find the right balance of how much you attack them to straighten up those chicanes, while also not either unsettling the car too much, or like you say, potentially doing some damage as they go side by side into Ascari. And they've managed to negotiate that, but Steve had to take plenty of curb on the way in there to make sure that he left enough room for Aaron there, and that's going to give Kristen the run down the back straight. But Steve's got the inside of the parabolica, and he's actually managed to fire it back down the inside on Aaron, trying to get that spot back. They're going to go 3 wide on the exit. Still running 3 wide. Aaron just lifts out of it. I think he recognised that being on the outside 3 wide, he was not going to be the guy that came out of that better off, so he just got out of it, and then he looks to get the run and pick up a spot on Kristen.
Yeah, I was just looking at Kristen's entry there into turn 1. He was quite well over the inside ripple strip, and if they haven't updated it, that's a big spot to pick up a slowdown penalty, which is rather annoying when you're, especially at the start of the race, or when you're battling with someone that you can end up picking up a slowdown trying to avoid other people's errors there. So looks like he's just managed to avoid it, and he's slotted back into 7th spot there, currently up 4 spots from where he started. He's now just in behind Aaron Goodrick, who will be looking at making another attack on Steve Darren. So that was all a bit of a everyone had their position, changed position, and then reset their positions. So it looks like good fun racing to me. While that was taking place, though, Shane, we missed the pass, Nico, on Leith Swinney, so I'll just have a quick recap on that one.
It was quite a way back at this point, and
Leith under a slowdown.
Yeah, he's picked up a slowdown there somewhere and had to back out of it and just let him go. Actually, Leith's in the pits now as well. And we would not, under normal circumstances, be expecting a pit stop in this race.
Yeah, so it looks like, and I don't know if it was just happened to be an error on the loading side, but it looks like the total fuel load for these cars is sitting at 30% for tonight's race.
I think that's what it's been for the season.
Okay. Oh, just click on Rodolph Jenkins, just getting unstuck there. Taking a wild ride, coming back over those bumps. So unfortunately for Kristen, he's now dropped back down to 9th spot. Still up 2 from where he started, but he's just lost out 3 spots from where he was. But yeah, so we've got Leith's gone in, and Dan Turner also pitted too.
Yeah, I did see Dan also coming down the lane, so...
Here's an unfortunate one though. I can see Blake Greenhall's time of a 44 second. I wonder if he's been caught unawares and possibly sped into pit lane.
Yeah, it looks like that could be the case on that one. Yeah, it looks like he was fighting to get it stopped there, doesn't it?
Yeah, certainly did. It was certainly skipping itself along, trying to haul itself up. Sean McNamara passing Thomas McCall there, drafting down the straight, coming down into turn 1.
Oh, and Tom trying to get the good run through turns 1 and 2, just lost the rear under power. Steve's just run wide at the second chicane and dropped a spot to Aaron Goodrick as a result.
Oh, yep. He actually did well to stop that car from carrying on through its rotation. So a spot lost, but the car pointed in the right direction and not too out of touch from being able to stick with Aaron Goodrick there.
Yeah, good car control.
While all that was happening, it says got data right off Jenkins having a wee moment. Wow.
Oh,
So
very similar to Steve's incident, but it just got a bit more of that pendulum effect on and he wasn't able to pull it back.
yes, there was that. That's actually was that his second incident coming into and through that zone? Did he do that the lap before?
Possibly.
So Jonathan Turner here chasing Louis Robertson, but JT up a monstrous nine positions there into 7th spot. So great run by him, and you can see all those lovely tracks being left behind in the sand, and elements of that sand then being departed, dropped off on the track. But we are only about a minute away from end of this race, and this man here has been untouched mostly all season, and showing us once again why he does such a good job in any car that he wants to jump into. Leading Matt Gerard by 7.5 seconds as he comes across the line for lap 9. Don't think he'll be getting a white flag just yet, so possibly another 2 laps of racing to go. But yeah, I'm interested to.
I would think he would have got the white flag that time around.
Okay, cool.
There's only a minute to go when he crossed the line. He's not going to do 2 laps in a minute. Worth noting as well that Stefan McCartan coming into tonight was on 1,114 points. His nearest rival was Nico Cordia on 983 points. So I think Stefan's got the championship in the bag going into tonight, and that could be part of his reasoning for running the Ford. He already had it wrapped up, so just give something different a go and see how he goes. And he's still absolutely dominating out there.
Very much so. Looking off the back of Louis Robertson's jigsaw car here, he's got teammate Sean McNamara just in behind him, who's been hunted by Jonathan Turner and Wayne Hartnell. Loving the effects of the cars clipping the sand, and it's got the dust kick-ups. Very nice effect.
Yeah,
Realism
very cool. Stefan McCartan coming to the line now. Takes the checkered flag.
There we go, and he's even caught the flagman unaware. He didn't even have time to get the flag out, so that's good bit of racing by him. Matt Gerard across the line also 2nd spot, and Nico Cordia bringing it home in 3rd. No change of positions for those guys 1, 2 and 3. Aaron Goodrick up 2 from where he started. He'll be happy with that end result there. Well done. And coming in through the final sequencing of corners now is Louis Robinson, Jonathan Turner, Sean McNamara and Wayne Hartnell. The battle of the Jigsaw Team West Racing vehicles there as they all peel left and right. That was very interesting, and yeah, Tom McCall looked like he might have just bled off a little bit too soon, and Leith's got his angled wing happening there again, coming across the line in 11th spot. Rodolph Jenkins finished in 10th, Steve Darren 12th, Dan Turner in 13th. So there we go. Blake Greenhall had stopped a lap earlier, I believe, or he'd finished a lap down, just being overtaken by Stephen McCartane probably on that last lap. So he was able to finish up in 14th spot. No sign of Thinis Venter or Jono Gibson during that race, so I wonder if they'll be here for the next one. But other than that, we've got 14 cars out there tonight, bringing you the final race here at Monza. There's a lovely picture there of the infield oval. It certainly turns the track into a wild element when you incorporate running around that. We had some fun with that one a season ago. The GT3s.
Yeah, certainly plenty of fun around there. Unfortunately, it looks like Thinis and Jono have both disconnected, so I don't think they're going to be back for the second race. And just to cover off, and I've noticed Sean's dropped into the lounge, and he was in amongst this. What we saw at the end with them all fanning out across the line, Louis was actually coughing as he went across the line.
Oh,
Not
how good was that?
coughing, the car was coughing out of gas, and he just got to the line.
Wow, how interesting. So there was a few cars there that obviously thought they weren't going to get towards the line without having to make that short stop for fuel, and I think Blake obviously showing us that his 4 seconds of fuel dump was probably enough, but the fact that he sped into pit lane and got that 40-second penalty certainly gave him no favours. But good bit of racing out there, Mr. McNamara. Last race of the season of the Manon Racing Products GTE series. You having some fun with the boys?
Yeah. Obviously, I don't do much of the racing, but I love the GTE concept. The car's far better to drive than the GT3s. So, but yeah, fun. And that finish was just epic. We're all trying to save fuel, and we had the guts or the balls to floor it towards the end. And I obviously got pipped by a few, and obviously Louis coughing and spluttering. It was a good old laugh in the old Discord chat, I can tell you.
Very good. Oh, that sounds awesome. So, reverse top 10 grid though. So I think you'll be starting somewhere around about 3rd or 4th for.
Yeah, fourth. That is.
There you go.
Obviously, did you get my spin in the race? I was obviously.
Yeah,
I thought it was a GT3. You know.
And that's a GT car doing GT car things, not just GT3.
Yeah. Chuck on, I think the safety cars out and about. Do you want to jump on them and have a look at the MRP safety truck? There we go. I can hear it.
Yep. Right, Dion out there doing some cool skids. The safety truck, thanks to Manon Racing Products, and certainly a massive thank you to Barry for looking after us once again and being on board with us. I love being able to bring the series to everyone who's interested and to be able to provide some nice prizes to them come end of season.
Awesome stuff. Looks like he's enjoyed it anyway. Do you think, Shane?
Yeah, he's got no one out there to race against, but he's still having plenty of fun all by himself.
All right, we've got a minute and a half, so I'm going to leave you boys to it. And don't wish me luck, just wish everyone around me that I don't take them out.
Hey, now, just before you depart, Sean, just remember the next race is 30 minutes, and you're going to have to
25
stop.
minutes.
Oh, 25 minutes. Oh, my apologies. I thought it was 30.
And I have to stop. Yeah.
But, yes, you'll
Okay.
have to...
I
you'll
promise
have to
you I
make-
won't
have
speed
to
into
make
pits like Blake did.
Have to make a pit stop. So, push, and wait for it to get near empty, then go out and kill it again, man.
So the secret is the jigsaw cars have zero wing, and we're flying past everyone on the straight. And Aaron Gregor's having a big moan and a whinge about it. But even we're following the other BMWs, and we're still flying past them on the straights too. So look out for the old jigsaw cars to fly past people. But we just need to keep it up in the corners. So it's actually quite fun to watch the drafting going on there.
Yeah. Well, there's
Yeah.
enough BMWs in here tonight. I think there's about 8 out of the, or 9 out of the total number of the field, and the Jigsaw versus the Team West Boys looks pretty darn good. So coming to you, next GTE series will just be an all BMW.
Well, the BMWs aren't looked well after, I believe, by iRacing and the GT3s, because obviously we have the Endurance Series coming up, and they seem to not be the favoured car for pace, where the Porsche seems to win that one. But
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see what happens. And we're about to go racing, so I'm out of here, boys. Have a good call, and appreciate all you do. Thank you.
See you,
I
mate.
saw
Have a
that.
good one.
Yeah, cool. I saw that.
There we go. We'll get rid of him before we get underway. So warm up has finished, and thank you, Nico, for your lovely message there in the stream chat saying g'day and cheers to the Supercars NZ admin team, the lounge, and to all the sponsors. And thank you very much to you and the lads for coming along, turning up every week, and giving us something worthwhile to broadcast and put it out there for your friends, family, and fans. 3Fs, Shane.
Absolutely. And we are getting ready to go for the second race. Reverse top 10 for the grid. So Kristen Jenkins is going to take the pole from that. Thomas McCall lining up alongside him, and then Wayne Hartnell and Sean McNamara in behind. Then we go back to Jonathan Turner, Louis Robinson, Aaron Goodrick, Nico Cordia, Matthew Gerard, Stephen McCartan, Leith Swinney, Steve Darren, Blake Greenhall, and Dan Turner, and it looks like Blake Greenhall is going to be off the back.
Very good. Stephen McCartan not gridding up, falling into in the pit lane there. Wonder if he
Interesting. So
allowing the boys a bit of a chance to either get away from him, or maybe it's a bit of a fuel strategy to start there from the pits. We'll have to keep an eye on that one as it goes. But pretty keen to keep an eye on how Stefan comes out and makes his way through the pack.
yeah, it'll be interesting. Certainly showed plenty of pace in that first race, and we've normally seen him have not too many issues getting through from 10th with the reverse top 10s, but well, on the occasions when it's gone cleanly anyway. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes coming all the way through from the back. We don't have 14 cars starting, or I'm not sure whether Steve Darren's actually going to take the start. Looks like he might have called it a night.
Possibly.
Still appears to be in the server, but he's not showing as having jumped into his car on the live timing anyway. But we are underway, and Kristen Jenkins has got the jump from the pole. Sean McNamara gets a good start. He's already up to third and challenging for second. And that slippery wing that he was talking about, he's been able to glide past Tom McCall and into second.
Wow. Oh.
Oh, bit of contact there. Nico Cordia and Aaron Goodrick going side by side now. About in and out, up towards the second chicane. Nico goes a bit deeper on the brakes, and he has the inside line. Big lock up and behind there. Looks like Wayne Hartnell and Dan Turner may have had a coming together between teammates. They've both gone off the track.
Nico's been able to do really well and jump up into third spot already, and Sean McNamara up into second spot. So nice and close battle taking place here though. Matt Gerard, Blake Greenhall. Oh, one of the teammates falling sideways again.
And Louis Robinson hard into the tyres. He's taken big front end damage. Looks like at this stage he's persisting with trying to drive it back to the pit.
Oh, on the grass, Blake. And not coming out of that one very cleanly at all.
Oh, is that Aaron?
It is indeed, yeah, and jump towed to the pits as well.
So Louis been able to limp it back to the pits after his... Oh! Well, he almost managed to limp it back to the pits, and then he got the entry all wrong.
That was Louis, was it?
Louis, yes.
Alright, let's have a quick recount of Louis entering the pits there.
Oh, Kristen's just had a spin from the lead. Sean McNamara moves to the lead.
Oh, my bad. It's all gone pear-shaped.
Sorry, I'm throwing everything at you.
Oh, that was huge! And now if we click to there, we might be able to catch Write-Off's one from... There we go. So looping it out of first place.
Yeah, rear lock in there, and a gift for Sean McNamara, who moves into the lead.
Yes, but look who's behind him.
Dun it. Nico is hunting him down.
Yeah, and super tight line from Nico going through the parabolic there. And locked into the draft. Got out of that really early though.
Oh, safety car. We have got the safety car on track.
Oh, okay, there we go. So I wonder if that was to do with possibly either Aaron's crash or Louis' one at the pit lane entry. But look who has capitalised off the safety car coming through and has already taken a quick wee splash of gas.
Yeah, and I wonder if it was quite a late call as well, because they did look to be racing sort of up to the start finish line, and none of those leaders came in. And I would be expecting, I mean, we know they were having to save in the 15-minute race. We're adding an extra 10 minutes onto this one. Even with these safety car laps, I wouldn't have thought they'd be able to save enough to get to the end, but maybe they're thinking they can. I don't know. Interesting.
So Louis leaving the pit lane there. Just a replay here looking off the back. So there's Dion in the safety truck. And those guys were very much racing very quickly. Nico's seen that pretty early, and Sean's been able to be pulled into line. So not too bad, but yes, they were certainly still under race pace. back up under live footage here, looking off the back of the MRP safety truck once again. Sean McNamara leading this race so far, with Nico Cordia second spot. Matt Gerard sitting there in third over Leith Swinney in fourth. Thomas McCall down 3 from where he started, but still holding on to fifth. Blake Greenhall doing not too badly this one round, up 8 spots so far to be sitting in 6th. Then we've got Jonathan Turner and Rodolph Jenkins 7 and 8, Dan Turner and Steve Darren making up our top 10. Safety truck going around for one more lap, as it would look, as we've had a few more cars come into pit lane.
Yes, quite a few cars come into pit lane. Looks like Tom McCall was the first to do so, and then everybody behind him has basically reacted to follow him in. And it leaves the top 7 now having not pitted.
Well, that
Stephen
was
McCartan actually coming back in for another splash as well. So I wonder if when the safety car came out, maybe they weren't quite in the window to fuel up and get home, and maybe that's why. I mean, that would make sense, because even if we go another 3 minutes, we're still looking at the distance from what we had in race 1 to go. So
yeah.
I think they're still probably not in the window, and that's why those guys that have stayed out haven't pitted yet.
Yeah, and I think that's why you can see Stefan here just very, very much ambling around, as you can see from his gear token down the bottom there from the dashboard readout, sitting in 6th gear, not putting that car under any strain or stress whatsoever, not making the car bleed any more than what it needs to. Now as all the cars bunch up, they should be doing somewhere between that 80 to 100 kilometres an hour. So I think he very much will be rolling his car along and running that clutch in when he can. Around those corners, just pop it in for a second, let it roll through.
Worth noting as well, though, that because Stefan took the opportunity to get in as soon as the safety car came out, filled up, and then that second stop he's just taken a splash to top it off.
Yes.
That has enabled him to jump a few positions off the back of that as well.
Correct, yeah. I was going to say that as well. He has gone up a couple from where he had previously come in that time before. So.
Yeah, so coming up 9 minutes into the race, so that leaves us with 16 minutes. Race 1 was 15 minutes long, and they were having to save fuel.
Yeah, so
I think Dion's just been. Yeah, I think Dion's just been telling everybody that's coming into the pits. I can't actually hear what he's saying, but I can see his name popping up, so I don't know why I can't hear him. But anyway, yeah. So those guys that have come in, we know they're still going to have some saving to do. Those guys that haven't, they're going to be flat tack, but they're going to have to come in and make a pit stop at some point. Really gives us a very interesting split of strategies. Sean's gone nice and early. We're back underway. Bit of toe braking going on down the front straight. And a bit of tyre warming going on from Nico. And I think maybe Jonathan Turner was the other one I saw in the background in the Team West car. Nicely into single file by the time they get into the chicane.
Yeah, big gamble now is to decide, do you push and then have to come in and transition the pits once more to get another little bit of gas, or do you really try and run to a fuel number to get through to the end, potentially lose some ground here now, but not in the overall scheme of things. Will you lose more than what you would gain from the pit lane transfer time?
Yeah, I would have thought if you... Oh, Sean taking a trip through the gravel and loses that lead. So
Yes.
Nico Cordia is our new leader, but Matthew Gerard challenging for the lead at the same time. Bit of side-by-side contact. Matthew's going to be on the outside. But you can live on the outside around the Parabolica, and he's gonna do that, and they're gonna go side by side down the front straight as well. So Jonathan Turner and Louis Robinson have both picked up drive-through penalties. Those have been issued by race control. Not quite sure what either of those are for. I don't think we've quite seen those couple of incidents.
Lee Switty doing a good job of getting into this battle here now as well.
Yeah, this is really heating up. And I guess Nico, you could say he's the leader of, well, he's obviously the leader of the race at the moment, but he's also the leader of what you could call the A strategy, those that didn't pit under safety car.
Yes.
Leaders of the B strategy that did pit, that's going to be Tom McCall at the moment, but he's got Stephen McCartan right on him as well.
Now I see Blake Grenhall just ticking on by. Certainly his car's racy, but I wouldn't say he's overly pushing his car though. The time gap from Lee Swinney moving away from him has been quite a dramatic one. But certainly not over here at the front between... and I think Matt Gerard has got away with that incredibly luckily. Lee Swinney now moving up into the number 1 spot. As we see Aaron Goodrick coming out of pit lane right amongst this battle here.
And Matt Gerard has just put a call through to the race control, so Dion's going to have a look at that one.
I think it was certainly no malice from what I saw. It looked like it was just a very, very exaggerated wheel touch, dramatic moment. So could just be a case of a race on, or it might be called upon as didn't allow for enough room and was moving over. We'll see what comes out of that one very soon. Stephen McCartan making up a couple more positions. He's already got past Tom McCall and now Blake Grenhall as he was having a wee bit of difficulty with his Porsche. But Sean McNamara now sitting where he started this last race in 4th spot.
So Dion's worked very quickly on that incident between Nico and Matt Gerard, and he's come back as calling that a racing incident, and I've gone back and had a quick look at it, and I would tend to agree with Dion's call there as well.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that was pretty much what I thought. It was just a locking of the wheels, but how lucky was Matt Gerard to get away with that coming across part of that exit right at the end of the sand trap there, and only just brushing up against the tyres. Could have gone a lot more differently.
Yeah, well, I thought we were going to see both cars heavy into the fence there, and the fence comes across at quite an awkward angle as well, where if you do pile into it there, you can very quickly end up bouncing back onto the track and getting caught up with other guys coming through very quickly there. So it was probably a lucky escape for a number of guys ultimately. Stefan McCartan, for a guy that should be doing a bit of fuel saving, is absolutely flying out there. He's moved up into 4th position.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at how far ahead he was at the end of the first 15-minute race, you know, good 7 seconds clear of P2. He's obviously got a pretty good knack of knowing how to get this car around the track to its limitations without breaking them.
Yeah, that's a fair call, and he certainly never had the advantage of any draft in that first race, and it looked like he had zero issues with saving enough fuel to get to the end while still pulling out that gap. So plenty of pace and able to hit the fuel numbers that he needs to.
And Leith Swinney jumping for the line there to come in and grab his first stop as part of the A drivers.
Yeah, so Leith Swinney first on the A strategy to pit.
7.3 seconds there for his stop, and we're assuming that the cars that are on the B stop strategy are still going to have to come in to gain, to acquire a final very minute amount of gas. Is that your thoughts as well?
My thoughts would be, as we've got some side-by-side action there, Sean McNamara and Blake Greenhill. But my thoughts would be, if they've taken that stop under yellow, I would think they're committing to that being their only stop. I could be wrong, but I would think those guys would be trying to save enough fuel to get to the end.
Right, so now it's more of what the time loss is on track for them to retain the fuel that they've got left to warrant going long enough to finish the race.
Correct. Contact between Nico and I think it was Matthew Gerard, and Nico has ended up in the gravel.
Yeah, I'll have a jump back and have a look at that in a second as we see Sean and Blake's battle simmer down for a brief second. But after all of that has been and done, this man here has somehow found his way back onto the top step. There's Blake Greenhall and Nico Cordia coming in for their stops as well. Probably a good time for Nico if he's had a wee bit of a knock on the car as he came in. Blake this time not picking up a slowdown penalty, a 6.13 stop time for him. Nico underway as well with the exact same time, 6.13 also. Have a quick look back, Shane, and see what happened to our South African friend here.
Yeah, so coming down towards the Ascari chicane. Interesting that it looked as though Matthew was able to carry much more speed through the middle part of Ascari there and just got into the back of Nico. Oh yeah, I think Nico just got a little bit unsettled in the first part, ran a little bit wide, and it just caught Matthew off guard a little bit, and he's made front to rear contact, and well, unfortunately for Matthew, because there's certainly no intent in that, certainly no malice in any way, but I think normally with front to rear contact, it's normally the guy behind is deemed as being responsible for avoiding any contact, and I think it's going to be hard for race control to not issue him with a penalty on that one.
Yeah, me personally, I would say just because of the way that it looked that, something on the lines of, a 5-second time penalty in the pits or post-race post-race application, a 5-second penalty would be fair in that respect. I'd say anything much more than that, and certainly a drive-through would be a bit on the nose.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that.
Matt coming through having done his stop, and his was a 5.78, so his lowest time there for the cars on the A stop strategy there, and all cars having now have gone through and done a stop. Matt very slow to get underway there, pulled back, fallen back and behind Nico Cordia. So I think that there is probably a self-address, would you say?
Yeah,
Self-redress?
I think that's what's going on, and there's been a bit of chat about that over the radio, and I think Race Control have confirmed that he's happy with that being enough to avoid a penalty there for Matt, so all sorted out.
Cool. Well, a big hand clap there to you there, Matty, for taking on that one. Certainly, as we said, no malice intent, but just an unfortunate one for you. But good on you for doing the right thing and showing great sportsmanship out there. So we've got a bit of a breakdown to try and work out here, Shano. We've got just a little bit under 3 minutes of racing to go. Stephen McCartane 10 seconds clear of Dan Turner. I certainly wouldn't say that he's under any duress of losing that just yet. Steve Darren's getting a bit of a gamble on, running up alongside Tommy McCall there. Tom looks like he's potentially running a wee bit slower, trying to save as much gas as he can to let that time bleed away. Certainly know what that feels like, and sometimes you feel like you can't lift your foot off the gas enough to try and warrant the amount of saving you're going to need to get through to that end time. And so comes the other unfortunate small mistakes that comes when you're trying to watch that fuel needle. You're not going through the corners the same, the tyres aren't in the same heat, the brakes aren't at the same heat, you're not in that normal race rhythm that you're used to. So I'd say he's desperately watching those fuel numbers rolling away and thinking to himself, I can get here, I've just got to do a little bit more.
Yeah, and just looking at the race time as well, as we're just about to sit down to 1 minute to go, and Stefan is just about to start another lap, so he'll be getting the white flag about now. One more to go. He hasn't pitted, so he's committed to not stopping again.
Again, still got a good healthy 10-second lead margin, as we see.
Oh, we do have.
Oh!
Tom McCall bailing out of that strategy at the last possible second.
No, so it was so Wayne Hartnell was dipped for the line and got a big lock up going into pit lane, but it was Steve Darren who was following him.
Oh, yes, it was. Apologies.
But now going to take a slowdown for rolling through turn one there without heating give way. So Steve potentially down to his last few mils of fuel sitting in that car. Tom McCall moves up into third spot though, but the battle of the days, Gerard and Cordia here still having some good fun together and challenging each other coming into the final lap as well. But this man
coming
here
into the parabolica for the final time now, and still doing some fuel saving to this point. Someone going very slowly on the right there in a Team West car. Jonathan Turner, I think that was. But Stefan's managed to get the job done.
yeah, so that'll get JT the finish. So that's him done and dusted. Stephen McCartane, well done, great win, and certainly probably well and truly taken the commanding win of the Manon Racing Product GTE series. So be able to have the final point spread up for you soon on that one. But well done, Dan. Up 11 spots this race to finish in P2. Tommy McCall down 1 from where he started. Finishing third is a mighty, mighty fine effort. Lee Swinney across the line in 4th, up 7 from where he was. So a great finish for him also. Steve Darren, first Jigsaw entry vehicle home. Well done, Steve. The 5th spot, up 7 for you as well. Right off Jenkins finishes down 5 from where he started, but finishing in 6th. A great result all around. Then Blake Grenhall finished 7th, in front of Nico Cordia in 8th. Matt Gerard there in 9th spot. Louis Robertson and Sean McNamara coming up to the line. Sean giving him a wee shove and then I think stealing the position from him at the end. No, not quite. It was about one half inch of a bump, a little bit behind. But so that's Louis Robertson in 10th, Sean McNamara finishing 11th. JT was had finished in 12th. So there we go. That's our race for the eve. Oh, apologies. Wayne Hartnell 13th and Aaron Goodrick only managing to get half of the race completed tonight, finishing 7 laps down on the lead vehicle. But
Yeah, so Aaron did disconnect about halfway through, or probably about 2/3 of the way through. Actually, I think his name came up as disconnected.
All good. It's certainly been a hard season for Aaron. Great qualifying times up there towards the front, and just unfortunate events seem to happen to him each race this season. So he's certainly been learning a lot about being stretched, having his mental capacity stretched, because that's certainly not a fun one when you think you're doing so well and you have unfortunate events like that take place. So unlucky Aaron, keep your chin up, mate, and certainly look forward to seeing you back out there again in the new season. But hat tip, well and truly, to Stephen McCartane for bringing his blackout OPR Ford GT across the line. Wonder if he will stick with the Ford next season, Shano, as we potentially look at locking in one drive or one car for the next season.
Yeah, well, we've said that's what we're going to do. The car you start the season with is the car you're going to have to do the rest of the season with. So, yeah, everybody's going to have a tough decision to make over week 13, which is coming up next week. Not sure if we're going to have anything. We might have a couple of fun races to put up in the stream, but we'll certainly have plenty of fun races going on during the week, as we always do, and then we'll launch into a new season the following week. And once we get into that, everybody that's running GTEs is going to have to make the call: what car do I want to run for the season? Because once they've entered into their first race, that's it. They're locked in for the remainder.
There we go. So, yeah, there you go, Stefan. Challenges up there for you, mate, if you're willing to do it. Take the Ford GT out for your lock-in season there, mate, and see how you go with that one. Everyone else, I think you need to get in touch with Stefan and learn how he gets these cars around these tracks so quickly, because he does a bloody fine job of that indeed. It's been an absolute pleasure once again, Shane, pairing up with you. We usually do the Tuesday night thing. We've found ourselves here on the Thursday night thing. It's been quite nice hanging out with you once again.
Yeah, it's been good, and looks like we've got iRacing has updated the championship points for us, so I can confirm, and this is
Fantastic.
still provisional because there is the potential for some points penalties to be handed out post race, but provisionally Stephen McCartan has wrapped it up on 1,254 points. Nico Cordia second on 1,106.
Well done.
And
Okay.
then Leaf Winnie coming home third, 1,089.
Wow, there we go. That's our top three, and I believe those three names were the cars that were first, second, and third on the qualifier tonight, and finished in those positions at the end of race one. So that certainly shows you probably what the season has looked like for those guys through and through, and you can go back and you can watch some awesome races through the broadcasting lounge, live race, live videos there of the Manon Racing Product GTE series. If you just stumbled upon us, go back and have a squiz at them. We also do the Gen 3 V8s on a Tuesday night. But yeah, this one's been a good one. Certainly been a nice. I've enjoyed the change from the GT3s up to the GTEs. They're slightly more brutish and powerful, big brother from the GT3 car, and I hope we get a few more guys coming along next season to join in the fun and the chaos. And just remember, you don't always have to be up the front to be taking away, the wins and prizes and bits and pieces. We've got awesome sponsors on board and random prizes we do from time to time. Spinning wheel of Doug and Shane and Corey, depending on who's running those, and also other nice wee random picks from best driver voted at home and things like that through our live stream. So get in there, get amongst it, make some friends, sign up. Registration forms coming out very soon, Shane.
Yeah, actually, I was under the impression that that was meant to come out on Tuesday, but I don't think anybody actually committed to putting it out. So we probably need to get on to launching that.
Cool. So I would imagine that will probably come out this weekend then. So have a look on our Supercars New Zealand community page there on Facebook if you're interested. Fill out the registration form. We've got a couple of options there on payment through that. That all goes back into the prize pool dividend on how we manage to do the cool prizes and cash prizes for our drivers and our giveaways. But come along, have some fun, make some friends, tell your family at home how cool of a racing car driver you are, and make them put them on the big screen and sit down and eat some popcorn while you do your thing in the other room next door. And yeah, just come and have some good fun racing here at Supercars NZ. I don't think there's much more to add to that, is there really, Shane?
No, I don't think there is. I think you've pretty much covered it all off.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's been a great season for the summer series. Can't
Yes,
believe we've just wrapped up another one, and we're about to head into the autumn season. So
I know. And I'll take a quick moment to make a quick shout out to our other offsider who isn't here with us tonight, but has been an absolute pleasure to work with, and certainly has been putting in the hard yards to make sure that we're up to speed with what's happening with streams and who our sponsors are, and that's to Corey Kitchen. So thank you very much, Corey, for joining us throughout the season. You're well missed tonight, and we look forward to having you back on board. Not too far away, you'll be going and having your bits and pieces done with your surgery, so we wish you all the best with that. I know it's a bit of a nerve-wracking time, but I know you're happy to be getting that done and dusted out of the way. So certainly thinking of you, brother, and yeah, our thoughts and hearts are with you over the next couple of weeks while that takes place.
very well said, Doug.
All right, Shadow, I'll let you do the final words, wrap us up, and then we'll send everyone off with a lovely intro video for Thursday night.
Yes, a big thanks as always to MRP for another amazing season of sponsorship with our new GTE series, and hopefully that's going to be continuing into next season. Those details are, I believe, being nailed down in the background at the moment, but I'm sure we can count on MRP to carry that on. They've been amazing supporters, and we appreciate everything they do for us. So make sure if you're in the market for any sim gear or a range of other stuff that they sell, look at mrp.co.nz and check out their range. And of course, thanks to iRacing for providing this awesome platform that we go racing on night in, night out. And they do a great job of replicating some pretty cool tracks and some pretty cool cars in the virtual world and allowing us to travel around the world without leaving our houses and go racing on some great circuits around the world.
For sure.
Big thanks to everybody at home for tuning in as well, and we will see you all back next season with a brand new one for the autumn season.
My God, are you still talking?
It's time!
That's my name, that name again is Mr. Plow.